أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I begin in the name of Allah, the most affectionate, the most merciful. Surah An-Nuh, ayat number 22. وَمَكَرُوا مَكْرًا كُبَّارًا. And they have devised a plot of a great magnitude. And in the commentary it is mentioned, in order to harass me and to mislead the believers, Hazrat Nuh, on whom be peace, had to bear a great deal of hardship from his infidel nation. Ayah number 23. وَقَالُوا لَا تَذَرُنَّ آلِهَتَكُمْ وَلَا تَذَرُنَّ وَدًّا وَلَا سُوَاعًا وَلَا يَغُوثَ وَيَعُوقَ وَنَسْرًا. And said, by no means leave your gods, nor leave Wad, no Suwa, no Yaghuth, and Ya'uq, and Nasr, meaning idols of the pagans, in brackets. In the commentary it is mentioned, the wealthy said to the poor, do not give up the worship of your idols because of Hazrat Nuh, on whom be peace. Although the people of Nuh had many idols, the following were accorded great respect: Wad, in the shape of man; Suwa, in the shape of woman; Yaghuth, in the shape of a lion; and Ya'uq, in the shape of a horse; Nasr, in the shape of a donkey. The worship of these idols reached Arabia. Today the Hindus in India worship idols in the form of men, women, monkey, and snakes, etc. The origin of these two is based on the idols of the people of Nuh. Ayah number 24. وَقَدْ عَضَلُّوا كَثِيرًا وَلَا تَزِدِ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا ضَلَالًا. Indeed, they have led many astray, so the unjust are left to increase in their error. And in the commentary it is mentioned, these idols, or the leaders of infidelity, caused by many people to go astray. Their apostasy spread like a contagious disease and will remain in the future as well. From this we learn that all 5 idols of the people of Nuh were not from the pious, because the pious do not lead you astray. They provide guidance, and those they cannot be called as heretics. This means now do not give them guidance to accept faith, as they had caused a great deal of trouble for me. This tells us that it is not a sin to pray for someone to die on infidelity. Hazrat Musa, on whom be peace, said regarding the people of the Pharaoh, in a translation, O Lord, destroy their wealth and harden their hearts, so that they may not believe until they see the painful torment. Ayah number 25. مِمَّا خَطِيئَاتِهِمْ أُغْرِقُوا فَأُدْخِلُوا نَارًا فَلَمْ يجدوا لهم من دون الله أنصارا. And because of their wrongdoings, they were drowned, then made to enter the fire. They did not find any helpers except Allah Azza wa Jal. And in the commentary it is mentioned, this means the people of Nuh were taken from the water into the fire. In their bodies remained in the dulj of Hazrat Nuh, and their souls were in the fire of hell. After the day of judgment, their bodies too would be in hell. Thus, there is no inconsistency in this verse. This verse serves as proof for the punishment of the grave. We further learn that the punishment of the grave is not dependent on burial, because wherever the body of the deceased may be, the punishment of the grave will take place. The people of Nuh, on whom be peace, were drowned in the water, but they were given the punishment of the grave. This tells us that there is no helper for the infidel, says Allah Almighty in the translation, and the unjust have no helpers. However, Allah Almighty has appointed many helpers for the believers. Says Allah Almighty in another translation, then undoubtedly Allah is their helper, and Jibreel and the righteous believers, and after that the angels are his helpers. Observe, the believers of the people of Nuh were saved through this help. Ayah number 26. وَقَالَ نُوحٌ رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ دَيَّارًا. And Nuh said, O my Lord, do not leave upon the earth a single dweller from the infidels. And in the commentary it is mentioned, no person on infidelity would be saved. Shaitan, the devil, and the infidel jinns are excluded from this curse because they do not inhabit the earth. He was fully aware that Shaitan, meaning the devil, would live until the day of judgment. In addition, he was not the prophet of the jinns. How then would he have included them in this curse? And this is mentioned in Tafsir Azizi and Ruhul Mani. Ayah number 27. إِنَّكَ إِن تَذَرْهُمْ يُضِلُّوا عِبَادَكَ وَلَا يَلِدُوا إِلَّا فَاجِرًا كَفَّارًا. Undoubtedly, if you would have allowed them to live, they would lead astray your devotees and will not give birth to none but the immoral and ungrateful children. And this is mentioned in the tafsir. This tells us that the prophets, through the light of prophethood, are able to see the wretchedness and the piety of the future generations. Those Hazrat Nuh, on whom be peace, had said that now no believer would be born from their generation. This is from the 5 special branches of knowledge which Allah Almighty had granted him. If this is the case with Hazrat Nuh, then what can we say about the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala Alayhi Wa Alihi Wasallam? Last and final ayah. Ayah number 28. رَبِّ اغْفِرْ لِي وَلِوَالِدَيَّ وَلِمَنْ دَخَلَ بَيْتِيَ مُؤْمِنًا وَلِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولا تزد الظالمين إلا تبارا. O my Lord, forgive me and my parents and him who enters my house believing, and the believing men and the believing women, and do not increase the unjust except in destruction. And in the commentary it is mentioned regarding this ayah, from this emerge two issues. Number one, the parents of Hazrat Nuh, on whom be peace, were believers. Otherwise, he would not have prayed for their forgiveness. Number two, the house of the Prophet is the place of security. Any believer who seeks refuge in him will be in safety of Allah Almighty. This tells us that the drowning of his son Canaan too was due to this prayer, e.g., all those triumphs and infidels who may be in my house too must be destroyed. Like my wife Waila and my son Canaan. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad صلى الله عليه وسلم